Hello everybody, welcome to class today. This is Amy Hager and this is going to be a fun intermediate flow. So let's start off in child's pose. We'll bring our knees mat distance apart and our feet together and just start to walk your hands all the way down towards the floor, dropping your hips all the way to your heels. Fall into your breath. So whatever is going on in your life, just go ahead and let that go. Begin to elongate your inhales and your exhales. And constrict the back of your throat, creating that ujjayi sound. Let's do 3 breaths together. Exhale all the air out of the body. Deep inhale, fill the lungs. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Tenta pie onto your fingertips and walk your hands all the way up and over to the right side of the mat. Put your left hand on top of the right. Stretch through the left side ribs as you press your hips down towards the floor. And come up high on your fingertips, walk your hands all the way to the other side. And gently walk them back towards the center. Come up high on the fingertips and walk your hands all the way to the top of the mat. Stretch through the serratus, the side ribs. And then press the heels of your hands down into the floor. Grip the ground. Inhale, modified lion. Shift the hips forward and down. Lift your heart up and back. And lift your toes off the floor. Melt your shoulders down away from the ears. Modified lion. Exhale, child's pose. Glide your hips back to your heels. Moving on the breath. Inhale, modified lion. Shifting your hips forward and down. Lift your heart. Exhale, child's pose. Glide the hips back. Last one, inhale, modified lion. Hold it here. Windshield wiper your legs left and right, left and right. Looking over your shoulder. And then come into our tabletop position. In our tabletop, just explore the spine. So feel free to get creative with maybe swinging your hips from side to side. You could drop your hips back to your heels. Maybe add circles with the hips. Just feel free to really play and explore, finding all the crevices of the body. And we'll move into something more collective. Inhale, find the cow face. Lift your heart. Exhale, round the spine, bring your chin into your chest, push the floor away. Inhale, cow face, lift your heart. Exhale, cat posture, round the spine. Inhale, cow face. And then look over the right and the left shoulders. Find your heels. And then exhale to the other side. Look over the left shoulder. Inhale back to the center. Let's raise our right arm and our left leg. Point your thumb up towards the sky. Exhale, bring your knee into your elbow for 3. Inhale, go long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, go long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, go long. Drop your hand down onto the mat, other side. Left arm, right leg. Point your thumb up to the sky. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, go long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, go long. Last one, elbow to knee. Inhale, go long. Walk your hands back down into the tabletop position and walk all the way up into a belly seal. Inhale, raise your arms up tall towards the sky. Look up. Exhale, drop your right hand down, reach your left arm up and overhead. Gaze under your left bicep. And cartwheel your arms up and over, other side. Inhale, lift up tall. Find a half camel. Drop your right hand down to the right heel. Lift your hips to the sky or push them forward and gaze back. Exhale, cartwheel your arms all the way up and over. Inhale, find the camel on the other side. One more time. Cartwheel your arms, cut through the air. Drop your right hand down. Inhale, lift your left arm up. And again, up and over, other side. Left hand, left heel. Inhale, lift, raise your arms up tall towards the sky. Exhale, give yourselves a big hug with the left arm underneath. Exhale, child's pose. Just drop the forehead down to the floor. Inhale, raise your arms all the way out and up overhead. Gaze up. Exhale, right arm underneath. Give yourself a big hug. Drop it down, child's pose. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up tall towards the sky. Exhale, drop your hands all the way back down towards the earth and walk into a puppy dog position. So walk your hands all the way down to the floor. You could have your chin or your forehead down on the floor and bring your hips directly over your knees. Let's slither all the way down onto our bellies for Sphinx posture. So squeeze your legs together, bring your toes and heels to touch. Press the tops of the feet down into the floor, and then with your forearms, grip the ground. Deep inhale, and then pull the chest through the biceps. Press the tops of the feet down as you actively press your forearms down into the floor. Relax, curl the toes under, lift up into a forearm plank. So you have your shoulders over your wrists, kick the heels back, engage your quads, your hamstrings, your core. Find your breath. Now be mindful not to protract or to retract your shoulders, so try not to sink into the forearm plank, but rather actively press the elbows down into the floor, widening through the upper back. Protract. Let's rock and roll our hips to the right and to the left. So drop your right hip down, inhale to the center, exhale, drop your left hip down. Inhale to the center, exhale to the right. Inhale to the center, exhale to the left. Inhale to the center, one more, exhale right. Inhale center, exhale to the left. Inhale to the center, walk your feet in, Dolphin Pose. So you can pedal the feet out left and right in your dolphin. Feel the whole back side of the legs opening up. And let's find some dolphin little push-up kind of things where we move our head towards our thumb. So shift it forward, exhale, shift it back. We've got 5, okay? So we got 5, exhale, push it back. Inhale forward, exhale, push it back, 4. Inhale forward, exhale back, 3. Inhale forward, exhale back, 2. Inhale forward, exhale back, 1. Go ahead, press your elbows up off the mat, find your downward facing dog. Pedal the feet left and right. Inhale, lift your right leg up tall towards the sky, bend the knee, peel the hip open. Look over your left shoulder, see if you could find your foot. Exhale, bring your knee into your nose, cheetah pose. Inhale, lift the right leg up tall. Exhale, bring your right knee to the left elbow, extended side plank, kick your foot through, and lift your left arm up overhead. Plank position, drop your left hand, inhale, lift the right side plank. Press the outside edge of the left foot down into the floor to lift the hips a little bit taller. And then drop your hand all the way down towards the floor. Exhale, find your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up high to the sky. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Drop the left heel down to the floor, warrior one. Make sure your feet are on railroad tracks. Inhale, lift your arms up tall towards the sky so your feet are parallel. Pull the right hip back and the left hip a little bit more forward so that you square off your hips. And then take the left arm, wrap it underneath the right, cross your elbows, cross your wrists, palms touch. Now, if you have a hard time with that, you could always give yourself a big hug. And then inhale, find a baby back bend. Lift your elbows up high, gaze back. Exhale, humble eagle. So drop the arms on the inside of the right leg. Inhale, lift. We have two more. So find the baby back bend. Lift your heart, lift the elbows up high. Exhale, humble eagle. Drop it down. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, humble eagle. Whew. Hold it there. Inhale, lift. Find the warrior one with eagle arms, and then come to a 45-degree angle. Lightning crescent. Come up high on the left tippy toes and lift the left foot up off the floor. Warrior three. So if your foot falls, just go ahead, pick it back up. Yeah, there you go. Lift through the chest. Lift the back leg up off the floor. Roll the left hip down and point the toe to create a nice, strong back leg. Inhale, lift, modified tree. Hinge at the hips. Bring your left thigh up parallel to the floor. Flex the foot and then melt into your full eagle position. Wrap the left foot around the right. You can maybe tap the foot down onto the floor if that's where you're at. If you're able to get the double wrap, go ahead and do so. Point your toe. Now pull the elbows down towards the floor so you can look over the fingertips. And then try to get all 12 major joints into one line. So if the knees are swinging off to the right, swing them to the left a little bit. Just get them down the center line. And then lift through the arch of the right foot. And then slowly unwind. Put your right hand onto the right hip and then reach down, catch the left tippy toes or the left toes with your peace fingers. Go ahead, kick your foot out to the side of the room. Opening up through the hips, stand up tall, roll the shoulders down and back, opening through the chest. Whew. It's morning for me, so let's just say we're struggling here a little bit. Go ahead, bend your knee, take your left foot onto the inner right thigh. And then inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Tree posture. There we go. Nice. If you want to make it a little more challenging, you could always change your drishti or your gaze. Maybe you look up at your hands, so you might have my palms touching, cross just the thumbs. Exhale, bring the hands in the heart center. So we're trying to find stillness in the postures as well. Inhale, lift, find the modified tree. So flexing the left foot, hinge at the hips, kick it back, warrior three. So take your time, go nice and slow, very deliberate with our postures. And then exhale, drop your hands down to the floor, standing splits. Lift the left leg high, roll your left hip down. Actually, let's go ahead and lift it up really tall. So go ahead, open the hip up. And point the left foot, but you want to point the toes, or point the foot but flex the toes. So it's creating a little Barbie feet. Exhale, corkscrew the left knee behind the right. Inhale, lift it up tall. Exhale, corkscrew the left behind the right. Inhale, lift it up tall. Last one, corkscrew the foot or the knee, and then come up high on your right tippy toes. Come up high on the fingertips, squeeze the inner thighs really tight. Maybe you're able to float the hands up off the mat. Ooh, just see if you can play around with that. It's definitely a challenging one. And then slowly come back into your standing splits. Soften the right knee, step it back. Let's find our plank position. Deep inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, find the upward facing dog, tops of the feet in the hands, lift the thighs up off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. Let's work the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg high, bend the knee, peel the hip open. Gaze over your right bicep, maybe you find the foot. Circle your ankle. Exhale, bring the left knee into the right elbow. Go ahead, extend the leg out, extended side plank. Inhale, lift the right arm up tall towards the sky. Drop your right hand down to the floor, side plank. And then spin all the way onto the feet, lift the left arm up towards the sky, right hand down. Drop your left hand down to the floor, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up high. Exhale, step the foot between, hands around the spine, drop your right heel down onto the mat. Warrior one, inhale, lift the arms up tall towards the sky. Now square off the hips, find the inner spiral of the back right leg to pull the left hip back and the right hip more forward. Exhale, bring your right arm under this time, cross your elbows, cross your wrists, palms touch. Otherwise, give yourself that big hug. Take your pick, find the baby back bend. Inhale, lift your elbows up tall. Exhale, humble eagle. Drop the torso on the inner thigh. Inhale, lift, moving on your breath. Lift your elbows. Exhale, humble eagle. Drop the elbows in. Inhale, lift, humble eagle. Exhale, drop your elbows on the inner left thigh. Last one, inhale, lift it up tall. And then this time find your lightning crescent. Bring your torso to a 45-degree angle. Come up high on your right tippy toes. Warrior three, lift the foot up off the floor. Lift through your chest, find a spot on the floor to look at as you point your right toes towards the back of the room. Roll the right hip down to square off your hips. Press the left big toe mound down into the floor to help stabilize you. And then inhale, lift, modified tree, hinge at the hips. Bring the right thigh parallel to the floor. You could point or flex the toe, it doesn't really matter. But then bend the left knee, wrap your right leg around the left. Maybe bring your toes to the floor if you can't quite get the full eagle wrap. But if you're able to, go ahead. Wrap your toes around and then point the toe. Melt into the posture as you lift through the chest and tip your tailbone back. Find the back bend in this position. Squeeze your biceps into the heart, squeeze the inner thighs in tight together. Find that little inner smile. And then we'll slowly come into the modified tree. Relax your legs, lift the right leg up parallel to the floor, put your hands on your hips, and then reach down onto the inner right thigh. Peace fingers wrap around the right big toe, and then kick your foot out to the side. Yeah, opening it up. Find a drishti or a gaze point. Lift through your heart as you relax the shoulders down. Whew. If you fall, just come back. It's part of the fun. I'm always working on my yoga practice, so you guys get to see the real thing. Whoa. Okay, here we go. Usually this one I don't have a hard time with, but I am this morning. And then find your tree posture. Bend the right knee, bring your foot to the inner thigh, or you could also have it on the calf. You just don't want it onto the knee joint, okay? So bring your foot into the inner thigh. Whew. And then reach your arms up tall towards the sky. Maybe you guys are feeling it just like I am. Yeah, so bring your arms up, palms touch, cross just the thumbs. Gaze up at the thumbs if you want that added challenge. Otherwise, look straight in front of you. It'll be a little bit easier, or find a spot on the floor. And then we'll go ahead, slowly come back into that modified tree, bring your hands into heart center, and then kick it back into warrior three. Kick your right foot all the way to the back of the room. Roll the right hip down, lift through the chest, and then exhale, slowly drop your hands down to the floor. Standing splits, roll the right hip under or down, and then exhale, corkscrew the left or the right leg behind the left. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, corkscrew. Inhale, lift, lengthen the leg long. Exhale, corkscrew. Inhale, lengthen the leg long. Last one, corkscrew, squeeze the inner thighs tight together, float the right foot up off the floor, maybe come up off the left tippy toes, and then just play around with this. It's a little bit of a challenge. But bring your hands in heart center. Whew. And then drop your hands down to the floor, lift the right leg up tall towards the sky. And then drop your right foot down to the back of the mat. Find your plank pose, inhale plank. Exhale, low plank, bend the elbows, biceps graze the side ribs. Inhale, find the upward facing dog. Gaze up through the sternum, so lifting through the sternum, the chest bone. Exhale, downward facing dog. Curl the toes under, lift your hips high to the sky. Find your breath, 5 breaths. Inhale, lift the right leg up tall towards the sky. Exhale, bring your right knee into the right tricep. Drop the right knee to the right wrist. To the right tricep. To the right wrist. Right tricep. Right wrist. Inhale, kick the right leg all the way back up towards the sky. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Crescent pose, come up high on the fingertips. And then inhale, lift the arms up tall towards the sky. Gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands in the heart center. Take your left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Maybe you could get all the way to the outside of the left armpit. You can decide. Bring your hands in the heart center as you gaze over your right shoulder. Maybe you look up towards the sky. Option to open the arms. Drop your left hand down. Right arm up tall towards the sky. And you have the option to find the half bind with wrapping the right arm behind the back body. If you want to challenge yourself, reach your left arm underneath the right thigh, underneath the right hamstring, find the full bind. Slowly release your hands down to frame the foot. Reach your right leg all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the foot back between the hands, drop your left heel down onto the mat. Cartwheel your arms open, stretch your arms long, warrior 2. Find the heel to heel alignment or heel to arch alignment as you stretch your arms in opposition. Melt into the front right knee. Find your breath. Flip your right hand up tall towards the sky and then reverse your warrior. Fan out your right side ribs. Extend the arm long towards the back of the room, so find the length in the arm. Straightening your elbows. Exhale, side angle. Drop your right elbow down to the right knee as you extend the left arm up and overhead, palm face down. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach your right arm all the way up and overhead. Exhale, side angle. Bring your right elbow down to the right knee, left arm up and overhead. Last one, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle, right elbow, right knee, left arm up and overhead. Extend the right arm so your biceps frame the face. Strong moment. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse your triangle, take the pressure off. And then find your arms parallel to the floor. Preparing for full triangle. Tip your left hip back. Reach your right arm all the way forward. Exhale, drop your right hand down to your shin or to the outside of the right ankle. Lift your left arm up tall towards the sky. Gaze down at the right foot, bend the right knee, and then reach your right hand towards the upper right hand corner of the mat. As you lift your left foot up off the floor, half moon pose. So flex the back left foot. Straighten the leg, and then if you want to challenge, gaze at the side of the room or at the back of the left hand. Opening up your heart to the side of the room. It's an open hip position. Find the grounding down through the feet. And then soften the right knee, step back into your warrior 2 position. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach your right arm up and overhead. Exhale, side angle. Bring your right hand all the way to the inside of the right foot as you reach your left arm up tall towards the sky. Drop your left hand down towards the floor. Come into your side runner's lunge, your skandasana. Lift up tall on your right tippy toes. And then lift your left toes towards the sky as you press the heel down into the mat. Come up high in your fingertips. Feel the stretch. And then if you want to try to bring your hands in the heart center just for a brief little balance, go for it. Walk your hands up and over Skandasana or side runner's lunge to the back of the mat. You press your heel down into the floor, come up high on the left tippy toes if you feel solid, and go for it. Bring your hands in the heart center. And then slowly walk your hands forward, find a forward fold. Bring your toes in and your heels out. Inhale, lift through the chest, find the half lift. And then fold. Reach your arms back behind the back body, interlace all 10 fingers. And then reach your arms up overhead. Squeeze the heels of the hands tight together to open up through the shoulders. Slowly release your hands down to the floor. Walk your hands all the way out, finding a wide leg, downward facing dog. From the wide leg downward facing dog, bring your right hand to the left ankle, finding a little bit of a spiral in that downward facing dog. So bound dog with the wide legs. Inhale back to the center, bound dog, other side. Left hand on the right ankle. And then slowly walk your hands all the way back. Spin all the way around to the front of the mat. Left hand down. Inhale, lift your right arm up tall towards the sky. Pivot your feet to the side of the room. You can toe heel the right toe back. Come up high on the right tippy toes. And then step the right foot behind you. Wild thing. Lift your hips tall to the sky. Slowly bring your hand down to the floor. Plank position. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. Lift your hips high to the sky. Other side, inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Left wrist, left tricep. Left wrist, left tricep. Left wrist. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, round the spine, bring the thigh into the chest, step the foot between the hands, Crescent Pose. Inhale, lift your arms up tall towards the sky. So kick the right heel towards the back of the room. Melt into the left knee. Make sure your knee is over the ankle. If it's not, toe heel the toe towards the front of the mat. You want your knee behind the ankle. Exhale, bring your hands in the heart center, twist it. So bring the right elbow or the right armpit all the way to the outside of the left knee. Bring your hands in a prayer. You have the option to open the arms, bring the right hand to the outside of the left heel, and reach the left arm up tall towards the sky. Wrap the left arm behind the back body, find the right hip. And if you want to go for the full bind, go ahead, reach your right arm underneath the hamstring. Find your fingers, and then bind. Gaze up towards the sky. Slowly release the hands down to frame the foot. Lift your left leg up high to the sky. Three-legged down dog. Exhale, step the foot between the hands, warrior two. Drop the right heel down. Cartwheel your arms open. Extend your arms in opposition. Lift the left arm up tall towards the sky. Reverse your warrior. Fan out your left side ribs. Exhale, side angle. Bring your elbow to the inner knee. Reach your right arm all the way up and overhead, palm face down. Inhale, reverse warrior. Melt into the left knee as you extend the left arms all the way to the back corner of the room. Exhale, side angle. Reach your right arm up and overhead. Last one, inhale, reverse warrior. Moving on the breath. Exhale, side angle, left elbow to the left knee, and extend the right arm up and overhead. Strong moment. Maybe you bring your left arm up, biceps frame the face. Hold it there. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse triangle. Take the pressure off the knee. And then bring your arms parallel to the floor. Extend them long. Tip your right hip to the back of the room as you extend the left hand more forward. Drop your hand down to your shin or to the outside of the ankle. Lift your right arm up tall towards the sky. Triangle. Gaze down at the left foot. Bring your left hand all the way to the left corner of the mat, half moon. Bend your left knee and kick your right foot off the floor. If you want to challenge yourself, gaze at the side of the room or at the back of the right hand. You can kick or flex the right foot. Just create a nice strong leg. Contract your quadricep in order to lift the knee and straighten the leg, extending through the hamstrings. Gaze back down at the floor, soften the left knee. Step back into your warrior 2 position. Extend the arms long. And then let's bring our arms down to the floor. Come into a side runner's lunge, the Skandasana. So lift your right toes off the mat. Lift the left heel off the ground as well. And then maybe bring your hands in the heart center. Just see if you could test the balance just for a moment. And then walk your hands up and over to the other side. Press the left heel down into the mat. Lift your right heel off the floor. So you're on your tippy toes. Maybe you find your hands in heart center for the little toe stand balance. And then walk your hands back into the center. Find your wide leg fold. Now you have the option to stay in the wide leg fold. You can find any variation you'd like. Maybe walk your hands in between the legs. Otherwise, if you have a tripod headstand in your practice, go ahead and drop your head down to the floor. Find a nice triangle. So I'm going to put my head right up there and finding a nice triangle, so bringing my elbows in so that they are about shoulder distance apart. Start to float the feet up off the floor. Coming into your headstand. Spiral the inner thighs in tight together so you point your toes up towards the sky. Exhale, bring your legs parallel to the floor. So see if you can hinge at the hips. It's just an added challenge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop the legs halfway. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, drop the legs halfway. Inhale, lift it up. Last one. Exhale, drop the legs halfway. Open the legs wide into the straddle. Slowly lower your feet down to the floor. Inhale, lift it up. Walk your hands back to the front of the mat. And step it back. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Drop the left knee down onto the floor, lizard pose. Come down to your forearms. Take your left forearm, press it down into the floor, and use your right hand to open up through the right knee. Come all the way up onto your hands. Reach your left hand around, catch your left ankle. Press your hips forward. Play around with maybe bringing your right hand onto the left ankle as well. Sink your hips forward, roll the shoulders back, open through the chest, and actively kick your foot into the hand, opening through the chest. Gaze up. Exhale, release your hands down to frame the foot. Curl the left toes under, runner's lunge. Come up high in your fingertips. Inhale, lift, crescent pose. Reach your arms up tall towards the sky. Melt into the right knee. Make sure the knee is over the ankle. Bring your right arm forward, left arm back. Open up through the twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist opposite side. Inhale, lift. We have 2 more sets. Inhale, open. Come back up, inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale to the top. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Hold the twist. See if you could gaze at the back of the right hand. Drop your right hand down to the left hamstring. Find the back bend. Gaze up. See if you can walk your hand all the way back to the left calf. And then cartwheel it down. Drop your left hand on the inside of the right foot. Revolve side angle. Pivot your feet to the side of the room. Step back, wild thing. Lift your hips up tall towards the sky. Find your side plank. So just stack the right foot on top of the left. Let's give ourselves 5 hugs. So exhale, hug it in. Inhale, open it up. 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 Find the plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, bhujangasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips high to the sky. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step the foot to the outside of the left hand. Drop your right knee down onto the floor. Lizard pose. Maybe come down to your elbows. You can decide. You can stay up high on the hands too. It just all depends where your flexibility is at. Take your left hand, push it into the left knee, opening up through the outside edge of the left foot. Come up tall on your hands, reach your right hand around, catch the ankle. Press your hips forward, reach your left hand around. Kick your foot into the hand, hand into the foot, gaze up. Relax the shoulders back, melt into the hips, open through the heart. You could always just do this with one hand if you need to. Curl the right toes under, lift the right knee off the mat. Bring your left hand around so that the hands frame the foot. Come up high on your fingertips. Find nice grounding with the feet first before you come up and find your crescent pose. Inhale, lift, arms up tall towards the sky. Open it up, left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, twist. Follow the right hand to the back of the room. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale, lift. One more set. Keep melting into the left leg. Whew. Right arm forward, or left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale, lift it up. Last one. Right arm forward, left arm back. Hold it here. Gaze at the back of the left hand. And then drop the left hand down towards the inner right hamstring. Lift the left arm up tall towards the sky. Whew. Slowly cartwheel the right hand down towards the floor. Left hand up towards the sky. Revolve side angle. Pivot your feet to the side of the room. You can toe heel the left toe back. And then step the left foot all the way back for wild thing. Press your hips high to the sky. Slowly come back into a side plank. Stack the left foot on top of the right. Let's give ourselves 5 hugs. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen for 5. Exhale, twist 4. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist 3. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist 2. Inhale, lengthen. Last one. Inhale, lengthen. Plank pose, inhale. Exhale, low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high to the sky. Come up high on the toes, bend the knees, lift between the hands, walk or jump to the top of the mat. Bring 2 fists in between the feet. Inhale, lift chair pose. Spiral the pinkies in, melt the shoulders down away from the ears. Gaze down. Make sure your knees are behind the toes as you lift through the chest. Melt into it all the way, bringing the arms towards the front of the room. Get your hips in line with the knees. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the legs, find the half lift. One more chair pose. Keep it low. Drop the hips in line with the knees. Reach the arms towards the front of the room. Hold it there. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your hands down, lift the hips. Last one. Exhale, bend the knees a lot. Reach the arms towards the front of the room. Hold it there. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. fold. Bring your feet mat distance apart. Exhale, drop it all the way down into a Malasana squat. Hands in the heart center. Find the nice tall giraffe neck. So press your hands down, use your elbows to open the knees wide. And then walk your hands all the way forward. Really finding space in the torso. You could sit on a block if you need to as well. Press your right shoulder into the right knee. Take your left hand and push the left knee away from you, creating space in the hip joint. And then slowly walk your hands back forward again. Take your left shoulder, press it into the left knee. Take your right hand, push it into the right knee, pushing it away from you. And then slowly come back into heart center. Inhale, lift your hips up halfway. Exhale, drop them down. Inhale, lift them up halfway. Exhale, drop them down. Last one. Inhale, lift them up halfway. Reach your arms to the front of the room. Hold it. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant your hands down onto the floor. Bring your feet together. Prepare for toe stand. So plant your hands, or crow pose. So plant your hands down onto the floor. Squeeze your knees into the outside of the triceps. Begin to lean forward. Lift the hips up. Maybe lift one foot off the ground and the other. Look forward, round the spine. Hug the belly into the spine. Let's hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come down. Whew. Find your plank pose. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop down to your forearms, dolphin pose. Walk your feet in. Walk your right foot up tall towards the sky. Drop it down. Inhale, lift your left foot up tall towards the sky. Drop it down. Dolphin push-ups. So go ahead, bring your nose to your thumbs for 5. Exhale, push it back. 4. Exhale, push it back. 3. Push it back. 2. Push it back. Last one. Push it back. Drop your knees to the floor. Child's pose. Legs together. Bring your arms to the back of the room. Palm face up. Drop your forehead down. Slowly come back. Dolphin pose. One more time. Curl the toes under. Lift the knees up off the floor. Now you can play around with one foot and or the other. Or if you have the forearm stand, kick into it. Come back down, child's pose, knees together. Walk your hands back, palm face up. And slowly come back. Dolphin pose, last one. 5 dolphin push-ups. So bring your nose to your thumbs. You've got 5, push it back. 4, push it back. 3, push it back. 2, push it back. Last one, push it back. Drop your knees, child's pose, arms back. Bring your hands back onto the ground, curl your toes under, find the downward facing dog, curl the toes under, pedal the feet left and right, left and right. Inhale, lift your right leg up tall towards the sky. Exhale, bring your right knee to the right wrist. So the front leg is at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, lift up tall through the chest. Exhale, fold. Just relax, let gravity do all the work. Slowly come back up, find downward facing dog, curl the left toes under, pedal the feet left and right. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, pigeon on the other side. Bring your left knee all the way to the left edge of the mat. Inhale, lift up tall, exhale, fold. Slowly walk the hands back, downward facing dog. Let's come into a wide leg fold. So sit down on your bottom, spread your legs wide. Inhale, lift up tall through the chest. Exhale, fold all the way down to the floor, or as far as you can go. Just relax. Slowly come up. Bring your right arm on the inside of the hips. Reach your left arm up and overhead. Find the twist. Cartwheel your arms up and over. Reach your right arm to the outside of the left foot. And then slowly come on up. Bring your feet to the front for bound angle. So feet together, knees apart. Inhale, lift up tall through your chest. Exhale, fold. You can use your elbows to press into the knees, opening up through the hips. Inhale, lift, double pigeon. So bring your left leg parallel to the short edge of the mat, and then put your right ankle on top of the left knee. Sit up tall. And then walk your hands forward as best as you can. Now if you notice my knee is off my ankle, that's just because I'm tight. But so we're all gonna be at various levels. Maybe you're gonna have more open hips than I am. But just go ahead and walk it forward. Finding your edge, so we don't wanna be hurting ourselves, but we do wanna be pressing ourselves and growing. Find the softness, breathe. Slowly come up, windshield wiper the legs, left and right. And then we'll do the other side. Bring your right shin down to the floor, put your left ankle on top of the right knee. You could use your hands, maybe help you push your knee down towards the floor just a little bit. Finding a comfortable edge, and then slowly walk your hands forward. You might notice one side is harder or less flexible than the other. That is definitely the case here for me. And slowly come on up. Bring your hands back behind your back body. Take your feet down to the floor. Windshield wiper the legs left and right, left and right. Let's go ahead, roll all the way onto our backs. Bring your knees into your chest. Inhale, lift your legs up tall towards the sky. Exhale, drop your feet 1/3. Drop them 1 more third. Drop them towards the floor. Reach your hands towards the front of the room. Hold it there. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax down. One more. Reach your legs all the way up tall towards the sky. Drop them down 1/3. One more third. 2 inches off the floor. Reach your hands towards the front of the room. Hold it there. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Last one. Inhale, lift the legs up tall towards the sky. Drop them down 1/3. Drop them down 1 more third. 2 inches off the floor. Reach your hands towards the front of the room. Hold it there. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Bring your feet in, knees apart. Reclined bound angle. Interlace your fingers, bring them back behind the head, and roll over to the right side of the mat. You can bring both elbows closer together to touch, so you're in a fetus position, and then open the left elbow up to the sky, stargazer. Slowly come back onto your back. Lift your hips, drop them down, so press the feet down into the floor to neutralize the spine, and then find your fetus position on the other side, stacking your knees, stack your elbows. Inhale, open up the right shoulder up to the sky. And then gently release it all the way down to the floor. Find your final Savasana position. Let your feet flap open. If there's any final postures you want to take, go for it. Palm face up. Find peace, find the gratitude, find the stillness. You're going to move your fingers and your toes. Flex your hands back, flex the toes. Bring your fists, make a fist, and roll the ankles and the wrists. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, point your toes, stretch the spine. Exhale, knees into the chest, give yourselves a hug. Roll over to the right side of the mat, rest on the right bicep. Push your left hand into the mat. Slowly come up into an easy seat or cross-legged pose, Sukhasana. Hands in the heart center. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sending you guys all lots of love, peace, joy, and happiness. Bye.